This is Saugeen Times, and we are here with author Bob Johnson in Southampton. And Bob, you're just coming off the success of your first novel, Like a River Flows, and you have written another one called, what is it called, Bob?
It is called Sunset Musings. And the background isn't a Humber River this time and Hurricane Hazel. The background is our own Lake Huron with the beautiful sunsets.
Now, I also see that it says Reflections of a Senior. So can you tell us a little bit more about this book and what it entails?
It's a play on words. As you know, I have written a column every week since 2014 for the online Saugeen Times. And so the column was called A Senior Moment. But also it reflects my perspective on life as a senior, as an older man. Hence the title and subtitle.
And did you draw on your past as a reverend for any of these writings?
The book has some spiritual content. I would say more spiritual than religious, although I do in this first volume talk about Easter, of course.
So this is your first volume. Now you say first. Are you planning on more?
Yes, in talking with my publisher, Ann Judd, I wondered how I would possibly put together 265 columns in some kind of a logical sequence. And she suggested very wisely that I divide the book into three sections. I would devise the columns into three sections, one for spring, one for summer, and one for fall. And the idea is that in this one, the first one, the spring of my youth, it talks about my growing up years and what it was like to grow up in the 1950s and 60s in Ontario and in Bruce County. And also it refers to some of the significant dates of the spring of the year, starting with Robbie Burns Day, and couldn't let that one go by, and then of course Valentine's Day and Mother's Day and Father's Day, and as I mentioned, Easter.
Now I see that on the cover of your book you have the beautiful Chantry Island Lighthouse, which we can also see in the background over your shoulder. Now, who created that cover?
A local artist, Ken Thorborn, and it's a wonderful artist. I hadn't seen the drawing until Anne showed it to me, and I was so impressed with it that it captures the mood of Southampton and Saugeen Shores and Bruce County, and of course our lake.
Now, unfortunately, we're in the middle of a pandemic, but I do know that your books are going to be available by pre-order. Is that correct?
Yes, certainly at this point, until venues open, books are available by pre-order through the publisher.
And that's Brucedale Press?
It is, and I have the phone number here on a beautiful little bookmark. Yeah, if people would find Brucedale Press at www.brucedalepress.ca, they can find information, or more directly, they can call the publisher, Ann Judd, at 1-866-832-6025. And Ann has promised a local delivery, and of course I can autograph and sign books for people wherever they are.
Excellent. Well, it looks as though you've been busy once again, and we can hardly wait to see the next two volumes of Summer and Fall.
Well,
thank you very much, Bob, for this interview.
Thank you, Sandy.